Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love MMA as much as I do. For Stipe to beat Jon Jones, which is what I predicted this past Sunday, he needs to do the complete opposite of what Jon Jones is doing. Jon Jones wants to stay on that perimeter, and he wants to pick him apart with leg kicks, mix in the takedowns, and not be too predictable, and have Stipe guessing the whole time. Stipe needs to be in his face early and often, and he doesn't need to budge. He needs to be like a pit bull in this fight. Remember how Cormier fought Jon Jones and had a lot of success against him outside the knockout and obviously losing a decision? He just doesn't need to fight with any emotion when he fights. He needs to fight how he always fights. Fight with relentless toughness, effort, grit. Stipe, I don't think age will be a factor. They're both getting up there in age. They've both been through a lot. I mean, I don't think it's going to matter, to be honest. They both look in great shape. But for Stipe, he needs to be in his face. He needs to mix up the dirty boxing. He might need to even throw some leg kicks or stomp on his feet when he's in close with him. He's a big guy too. Jon Jones is big, but so is Stipe. So I don't think the size will be that much of a difference. They're both pretty big. I like Stipe picking him apart. And if I were Stipe, I would mix in some takedowns as soon as I start having some success in the body. Because Jon Jones is a great strategist. He's gonna have adjustments throughout the fight. He needs to get close, body, punch, body, mix it up better. I'm not describing it perfectly, but if I were to see the stuff I'm saying, I wouldn't be surprised. And eventually going for takedowns because he could wrestle too. Now, granted, I don't think he's a better grappler than Jon Jones, but he could still wrestle. He does have that. He needs to just mix it up better and get takedowns. He needs to do a lot of those things. Now, how I said he beats Jon Jones by TKO is I believe the power will be a lot for Jones to withstand. I'm not saying he's going to go in there and bloop and drop Jon Jones unconscious. It's possible either guy does that to each other at heavyweight. But what I'm saying is just wearing him down with body shots, about how he did Daniel Cormier in the second fight. And just being in his face, because Stipe's tough, pick him apart, and eventually I believe it's like chopping down a tree. What I see happen is it'll be like chopping down a tree. It'll take time, take patience, but eventually you're gonna have your man. Meaning, eventually, I believe Jones will crumble under getting hit punched like that. Here's the problem at light heavyweight that Cormier has even said: getting hit at light heavyweight is one thing. At heavyweight, it's a whole nother ball game. Jon Jones, to me, he has still not really impressed me at heavyweight. He did what he did to Cyril. Okay. Cyril got beat by a one-man Francis Ngannou, who was clearly best up going into that fight, needed knee surgeries, still beat him up and dominated him with injuries. Jones was healthy. So I don't see him doing that with Stipe. Stipe's not going to be scared of him. Not to say Cyril was, but you could clearly tell Cyril was real nervous going into that fight. And I mean, anybody would be. I understand. I would be too. More nervous. And I probably wouldn't even jump in the cage with him if I didn't have to. But Stipe just doesn't care, man. He's got that I don't care attitude. He's going to be ready to go. I just don't see Jones. Look, unless Jon Jones is... The only way I see Jones winning this fight is if he stands on that perimeter and Stipe just is puzzled, just does not want to fight. He just doesn't want it anymore. That's how Jon Jones beats him, how a lot of people are thinking. I don't see that happening, man. Stipe just doesn't care, and he's very defiant. He will defy his own boss if he has to. So, in my opinion, Stipe wins. He picks apart Jon Jones. I see him trying to mix up wrestling. Might even get some takedowns. I say might because I still believe Jones is the better grappler. But think about it. If you're getting punched in the body a lot, you're getting picked apart. Eventually, you start to wear down. That's what happened to Cormier. And I see Stipe going for takedowns later in the fight and even getting some. Eventually, they'll be on the feet again, and I just believe the power will be too much, and I just see Stipe beating him how he did Cormier in the second fight, just picking him apart, wearing him down, and then the referee has to step in and stop it. That's my opinion. Late third round, mid-late fourth round, TKO for Stipe.